So excited. It came today. Actually, it came yesterday. I just didn't have time to video yesterday. Osmo action camera. I've been waiting on this. Kind of crazy. You know, I feel like action cameras, drones, and even phones to a certain extent, you sort of get caught up in this, like you keep buying the new edition because they're incrementally better than the last version. And I finally said, man, I just got to say stop. I kept going, you know, with all the GoPros. I got the Hero 4 and I just stopped. I was like, you know, yeah, the Hero 5's better, but not that, you know, keep buying the next one, the next one, next one. And then I went on a trip and we were actually scuba diving and the guide had the Hero 7. And I was like, oh my gosh, it does so much stuff. The image stabilization, the time warp, that is awesome. It's like a moving time lapse. It's awesome. Love, love, love this camera. And then of course, after I bought this, the Osmo Action came out. Osmo Action is comparable to the Hero 7, or supposed to be, and I'm gonna do another video on that. But let's open the Osmo 7. I've read some of the specs. And let me start off by saying I am not a camera guy. I own a home inspection company and I do, you know, some stuff for my business, and I'm kind of a hobbyist, but as far as like a technical review or really, you know, this isn't it. I'm just kind of a guy who's an enthusiast who doesn't know all that technical stuff, some of it, but not all of it. So you open it up and this is what it looks like. But I know one of the big pluses for this Osmo, before I even get started, is that it has a front-facing screen, and that's a drawback with the Hero 7 or any of the GoPros. And I love GoPros, don't get me wrong, but this, much like a vlogging camera, you can actually see what you're filming and make sure that, you know, if you're talking into the camera, that you can see what's in the frame. Because sometimes with a GoPro, you're just kind of guessing. I mean, you're aiming it, but then you get it and it's like kind of off center and that sort of thing. So let's take these stickers off, see what we got here. And I obviously will do some comparisons, and I definitely want to do some comparisons in low light and that sort of thing. So that's what it looks like. It kind of has the same boxing that the Hero 7 has. See, it opens up. I just want to make sure I can get it in and out. And it's waterproof, like the Hero 7. It comes out like this. Cool. Okay, and there's the battery component. And I know it has an SD card. Not exactly sure where the SD card. I think that's going to probably be on the side. Yeah, there's your SD card and where you charge it. I'm hoping it's charged for this video. If not, we're gonna have to like push stop and resume once I charge it. But okay, so that's the camera, and there's several stickers to take off. There we go. I like it. Let me see what it looks like compared to the Hero 7. It's roughly the same size as the GoPro. Slight difference there. So let's look in the box, and I'm sure there's like the battery and all that stuff in there. Let's see what we got here. So it comes in a little separate box, and you can see some of the stuff on the side. It's has some of the 4K at 60 frames per second. It's waterproof up to 11 meters. The dual screen, which I do like, that's a big plus. I am going to do one comparing the Hero 7 and the Action, Osmo Action. Let's see, so this all comes in a box, and it looks like you have your mounting stuff there with a sticker on it. That's kind of nice. Not sticker, but adhesive. This looks like your cord. There's your charging cord. I think that's a standard, yeah, that's a C type. That's the same as my phone. I have a OnePlus 6. It's the same. That's kind of nice because I have the same charger for both of those. That'll be handy. It's the mounting hardware here. And the cool thing is I'm pretty sure that with that bracket that it comes in, you have kind of the same the little mounting thing that you have on GoPros. So it was pretty smart of them, because I have a ton of GoPro type mounts and that sort of thing. This is the battery. It comes in a nice little compartment here. I'm hoping it has a little pre-charge. Oh, the battery's actually, it's actually mounted to, let me see how that works. It's mounted to the bottom of the camera? Huh, that's pretty wild. I haven't seen that before. All right, so we're gonna put that in the little component here. Here's the battery. All right, I'm seeing a little red light, so that makes me feel good. I should press that in. And I'm going to have to get an SD card here. Hang on a second, I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. Sorry, I got that Pat Riley slick back hair thing going. All right, so I turned it on, and I've got to get the app. I can use the barcode, that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, fine. Ah, goodness, it's like wanting to sell me some upgrade, get your gift. That's what happens when you get free apps. Oh my gosh, close. All right, so, oh man, it went off. All right, just push the record button again, it'll come back on. All right, so there we go. Scanned result, open link. So it's opening the link. Hopefully it's not showing anything yet. This is really not as exciting as I thought it would be for the video. What's going on here? Let's try it again. Is DJI that name memo? It is really not opening. All right, I'm gonna have to work on this for a second. All right, so I just went on Google Play and got it. It's DJI Memo is the app. So this is it, and when you turn on your camera, push the record thing again, it gives you the Osmo action number, and I'm assuming I'm gonna have to hit that here. Downloading firmware. Oh, it's still doing that, so it'll be a few minutes. Well, the thing's not focusing on here very well. So I'm assuming when that happens, I will put in my number, and then obviously I can, interact, activate it, and all that stuff. So I don't want to bore you with all that right now. Hi there. I have been playing with this thing and trying to do a review, but work gets in the way. I've had to work, and I'm sort of messing around with it during work and whatnot. But I have played around with it a little bit. The one thing that's kind of cool is, you have a front and back screen. If you double tap, then it goes to the front screen. And this is pretty awesome for an action camera, because, all the GoPros and stuff, you don't have a front-facing screen, so you can't, see yourself. So you're not exactly sure if you're in the frame or not. So that's pretty cool. So then double tap again, and it comes back to the back. Now, if you've got the, you slide up to change your settings. You've got 4K at 24, 25, 30, 50, and 60 frames per second. And then if you drop down, pretty much the same thing for 2.7K, but 1080p, you can go all the way down. Also, you have image EIS, which is image stabilization. You lose that if you get way up. But it does go all the way to 240 frames per second, and you don't have EIS for that, much like the Hero 7 that I have. But this is pretty awesome if you go 240 frames per second, because you can do that thing with a water bottle and sling water or squirt gun, and you can literally slow it down to where you can just see the water. It's really cool. So I am planning on doing that. And since this is a waterproof camera, I think I'm going to try to aim a squirt gun right at it. Maybe we'll do that shortly. Definitely going to try that out. Let's go back. We don't want to do that frames per second. Let's just go to 60 frames per second. Swipe down, swipe over, nothing there. Everything's like swipe with Osmo. I know because I have the Osmo. This is your different settings and everything that you've got on there. You can change those. Auto tilt. Yeah, I want to keep with that. Time lapse. I want to do time lapse. Let me go to. So you've got slow motion video. You've got regular video, HDR video. I definitely want to give that a shot. You got time lapse. I'm a big fan of time lapse. I don't think this one does time warp, which is something that the Hero 7 does that I love. It's kind of like a moving time lapse. Normally on most time lapses, you know, you have to set up a tripod or something and have it perfectly still. But the time warp, you actually kind of walk with it and just have a time lapse as you're moving around. It's really cool. I'm not sure you can do that with this camera. That might be a little bit of a minus. I mean, it's obviously compared to the Hero 7. So we're gonna do some footage here and see what we come up with, but it is waterproof up to 11 meters, I think, or something. So that's good. That front-facing screen is high marks. I definitely give that high marks. Definitely beats the GoPro there. However, and image stabilization, they're pretty equal, I think, but we'll test it and see. But I would give GoPro the edge on the warp time lapse, unless I figure out how this can do it. Another thing I'd give the GoPro the edge on is the app. Goodness gracious, I tried all afternoon to get this app to work. I looked up stuff. I could not get the app to talk to this thing. And you know, and the same thing with my Osmo, the stabilizer, Pocket Osmo. I can hook it up directly, but the Wi-Fi, I don't know what the heck's going on with it. I can't get it to connect. And you know, with the GoPro, man, it's seamless. It's very easy and very intuitive. Definitely advantage GoPro. But I do give Osmo the big advantage of having that front-facing screen. All right, let's go and check out some footage, and I especially want to see how it does in changing, you know, going from light to dark, you know, with a small sensor. Curious to see how that works out. All right, let's go do that now. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to test out the camera. We're at 4K with the image stabilization on. So I'm going to try to run and see how like if it's just jarring up and down or if the image stabilization is working. So here we go. I'm running. Pay close attention to like behind me. I'm actually going down a hill now. But, and obviously my hair is bouncing up and down, but I'm curious to how well the image stabilization is working. So we are running. I don't know if you can see the trees around me, and obviously I'm bouncing up and down. All right. Okay, I want to see, it's kind of evening, but I'm going to go in from outside to inside, and I want to see how well it adjusts to the light. Obviously my face is in shadow now, but I'm curious to see how well. So we're going inside. So let's see how well it adjusts to a lower light situation. Here's my dogs. This is Zoe. Say hi, Zoe. Ziggy. Say hi, Zig. But curious to see how well that works. Say hi, Samart. That's my dog, Samart. Hi. A little bit more light in here and shadow. Curious to see how well that works. Next, we're going to try I want to do the 240 frames per second, and I also want to do the time lapse to see how that works. Okay, in the final analysis, the complaints I have with the DJI Osmo is the Wi-Fi thing, man, I can just not get it to connect. Let me try it again here and we'll see. Oops, hold on. So I've got the Osmo on. So I try to connect, and I'm just having all kinds of trouble. I will say that that is one really big plus for the Hero 7 is, man, that thing, see, it says connection failed. The Hero 7 absolutely has a great Wi-Fi connection. So anyway, in review, what's my review on the Osmo action camera? Low light's good. The 240 frame where you can slow it down, fantastic. The biggest attribute to it is the being able to switch screens, which I think is awesome. That definitely, the DJI Osmo has an advantage over the Hero 7. Let's see, double tap. And you can see that has a huge advantage. Now the Hero 7, I love the time warp that's built into it. You can do that with the Osmo, but you have to do it in post. And the Wi-Fi connection with the Hero 7 is flawless, much better. I have both the Hero 7 and the Osmo. I like them both. The biggest advantage for the Osmo is the front-facing camera, and they're pretty, in my mind, equal in the stabilization, the 240 frames per second, the low light. I think they're both pretty good on that. But the Hero 7 definitely has an advantage in the Wi-Fi connection. So anyway, I recommend them both. They're about the same price. I like them both. I'm a big fan of DJI, and I'm a big fan of GoPro. And I'm not paid to say this at all. I'm not one of those YouTubers that gets free stuff. I wish I did. So if you guys are DJI or GoPro, if you're listening, send me some free stuff. But anyway, I think you can't go wrong with either one. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you got something out of this. I'm not a professional photographer, and I'm probably not the most technically savvy. I'm just an average dude. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching.